2018 brought devastating wildfires to our state, the largest and most destructive in California history. Many point to climate change as part of the problem, but are there other explanations as well? Meteorologist Anthony Anez is here now with a closer look for us. Anthony.
Carolyn, it's a topic that can't be avoided. Is climate change to blame for how large and destructive our California wildfires are? The scientists who work daily with fire say the answer isn't a simple one.
You can't avoid the images and scale. The two most destructive and two largest fires in California history have occurred in the past 2 years. November's Camp Fire destroyed nearly 19,000 structures, and the Mendocino Complex and Thomas fires burned 750 million acres combined. Is this climate change?
The things that we care about in fire are getting more severe during the fire season. So things like relative humidity, things like the number of days without rain, temperature, wind speed, all those things are getting more severe during the fire season in the western United States.
The simple answer is yes. A warmer climate leads to more evaporation. That leads to more drought, leading to more dead fuel, which leads to hotter temperatures. A vicious cycle. But when it comes to fires in California, these scientists say climate change, while a culprit, may not be the main villain.
We've just seen big changes in vegetation out there. A lot more fuel's grown up because of how we manage our forests and our brushlands. And then we have a ton more homes spread out across the landscape.
Mark FINNEY is known as the fire historian at the U.S. Forest Service Fire Sciences Lab in Missoula, Montana. He says how we manage our forests isn't a new problem. The early settlers practiced fire suppression right after they built their homes. And FINNEY says this practice of not letting fires do what they've always done has made California fires, in certain cases, unstoppable.
So in essence, what our modern management is doing is saving the fuel by removing all the fire under mild and moderate conditions, saving the fuel for the worst case when we can't do anything else about it.
To FINNEY, we've taken an ecosystem that was sustained by fire and turned it into one that is destroyed by it.
Managing fire means that we leave to circumstance the location, the timing, and the conditions of wildfires, and then we react in emergency response. Okay, that's all defense. Whoever wins anything at playing defense.
So until we can get our CO2 emissions under control, FINNEY says California has to go on the offensive with controlled burns, reducing the fuels in our forests.
We need to take aggressive measures against this vegetation, to manage it in a way that allows us to really live with fire.
One thing the science is clear on, however, is that the fuel characteristics in a lot of these ecosystems can be managed to change the behavior, even under very, very extreme weather conditions.
And how times have changed. 50 years ago, the leading cause of fires in California were campfires and lightning strikes. Today, it's power lines, arson, and lightning strikes.
Anthony, thank you.